Hello, this is Cindy Herb, the joyful survivor and a numerologist here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm here with Charles Crooks, who's a shaman. Thanks a lot, Shaman. Thanks a lot, Shaman Charles. I bow to you.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, a little bit of silliness.
Yeah.
We've been talking about meditation, and I know that you've described, if people have come and said, how can I meditate? And there's all different, I've seen all different types of people telling people how to meditate. They can have millions of steps. And what is your suggestion for effective meditation?
Generally about a real simple process where you allow yourself about a minute. That's all you need.
A minute. And do you think that people ought to have some kind of consistency and repetition?
Well, that's good. Repetition is very important. That's why you have rituals, because it allows the mind to go quiet. Because what happens is when you do a ritual over and over again, or a process over and over again, the mind basically says, okay, I know I'm going to have to be quiet and all that, so it'll argue less and less, and eventually get to the point where it's automatic.
Okay, and so do you suggest that people go into a certain room, use a certain chair? What's the bit? Because I've heard you talk and say you can set a condition anywhere for meditation, but if you're going to do it every day, try to do it in the same area.
Yeah. You can have something as simple as a chair or a stool, and what you do basically, let's say you don't have a whole lot of room, and let's say you have a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom place, or whatever the case is. Well, then fine, you have a chair, but you reserve this one space or one process. For example, you come home, you get everything else done and all that, you want to do some meditation, you do your ritual, and that is you pick up a chair or a stool and put it in wherever you want to put it, and at that point you're starting the process right there. The next thing that happens, you basically by starting the process, you're going for a constructive purpose. You're going for the purpose of bringing forth light that is within inside yourself already. So you put the chair down, that's what you're doing, it's set. And then you step back for a second, you give yourself about 15 seconds, and you contemplate what you're going to do. And then the second step, that's the second part of it. And the third step, you sit in your chair and you do your work.
You think we ought to keep everything simple, not complex.
Oh,
and
yeah.
why is that? Because does complexity cause the mind to do something?
No. What happens is it gets so complex you forget what you're doing, or you don't get there.
But when you meditate, isn't it like quieting the mind? And if you have millions of steps, you're not going to quiet the mind because you're...
That's right. That's it right there.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So
and the neat thing about it is if you can get the same work done in let's say 2 minutes, and you can stay in that chair as long as you want. If you can get everything done in 2 minutes versus 20, 30 minutes on some of that other stuff. I don't know, but I like the shorter time.
But it's really what works for everybody. Because some
right.
people, it may work for them to do the longer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we can't make a judgment on it. We just basically say, okay, this is one way, and it's a simple, easy way to do it. It is being completely appropriate to make a judgment that everybody needs to do that particular method.
Right. Well, thanks for clearing that up for us, Charles. I appreciate you talking to us today. If anybody wants to find Charles, he's here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You can find all of his contact information on both of his websites, which are a mirror of each other, but one has a better name than the other, if you ask me. What are those websites?
That's healerofheartsandminds.com, and the second one is shamanic-enterprises.com.
Thanks again. I appreciate it, Charles.
My pleasure.